Living a lie, denial, self-deception. So many ways to describe a simple behavior, i.e., not being honest with ourselves. Is Malaysia guilty of it? Are we all guilty of it? Following the recent SEA Games, the Bangkok Post ran a damning article on our record haul of 145 gold medals. You know, the same one that got us a public holiday. Now, the Bangkok Post's sports section accused Malaysia of biased officiating, cheating, awarding multiple gold medals to the same winner, and even switching venues and times on short notice to get an edge. The Thai women's volleyball players even claimed that Malaysian organisers did not arrange transport at the airport or give them breakfast at the hotel, and that we in Malaysia introduced sports where we excelled and dropped other events which other countries excelled at to improve our chances. Sour grapes or sad truth? Well, granted, the Post was balanced in mentioning that these sorts of controversies apparently occur at every single SEA Games. And they said at the last 10 editions before KL 2017, the hosts topped the medals tables 6 times. But still, I dare say there remains an element of hollowness over this victory. Why? Because these little inconsistencies seem to be surfacing in other areas too. Like when Deputy PM Dato Sri Zahid Hamidi announced that the police had achieved 100% of their KPIs for reducing the crime index, and that the police also met 82% of their KPIs for community engagement. I can practically hear your healthy skepticism through the screen, but that's not all. Zahid also said that 6 years after the government transformation program was launched, the crime index has fallen by an amazing 47%. So why do we all still get WhatsApp videos of snatch thieves and daylight robberies, like of this tourist at the High Court? Or this cowardly act by snatch thieves? Even Zahid admitted that the public was skeptical of the data. It did not actually feel safe, despite the evidence. What else? Okay, what about the economy? On July 15, The Edge ran a story titled The Big Disconnect, which compared the recent spate of strong economic data with real on-the-ground conditions, i.e. poor consumer sentiment and flat business conditions, not exactly jiving with Q1 GDP of 5.6% and Q2 GDP of an even better 5.8%. Hence, Retail Group Malaysia MD Tan Hai Singh saying that this growth was not being reflected in retail sales. And this is reflected in a series of high-profile closures of these notable outlets. What gives? Tan says one reason for this could be that only certain public and private sectors contributed, meaning the spillover was not broad-based. An economics professor, Dr. Ye Kim Leng, also added that there's been a rise in capex, wages and hiring, but it's going to take some time to catch up, which is a fair observation. But still, this lag does have real consequences, like clients taking more time to pay while pondering spending decisions for much longer. So, is there an element of denial going on? In the minds of most urban folk, the answer is a yes. And in an election year, sentiments matter, feelings matter. But deception can often come at a cost, such as looking prosperous and successful next to our neighbours, which leads to overspending to keep up with the Joneses, exemplified by our high debt-to-GDP ratio of 53%. Or by telling us that the streets are safer than 6 years ago, only to run into the odd criminal or 4. So at its most extreme, the phrase deception can also mean propaganda or disinformation, which, as we all know, is both effective and dangerous, not just to us, the people, but to the nation itself and where we are headed. And so to end, and also because the country just celebrated its 60th birthday, albeit in a low-key way, I leave you with the wise words of our first ever Prime Minister, Tunku Abdul Rahman. He wisely told all Malaysians in a 1988 speech to not believe everything we are told, to think for ourselves, and to know the difference between right and wrong. Just saying.
Di harta-harta kampung mereka pergi membawa berbagai daerah. Segala-galanya apa mereka buat mesti betul. Fikirlah sendirinya, betul atau tidak betul perbuatan mereka ini. Jangan ikut begitu saja.